Yo, 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 yo. Good with it, people. What's good with it? Thank y'all for tuning in. You are now tuned in to the fans' point of view. Game day picks with Shad and Trek and Chubby, your two favorite co-hosts out here on the internet, these YouTube streets. What's going on? What's up, Shad?
What's up? What's up? Get
Ready
something
for this
together.
game day, man. Ready for this game day. Man, get some of these picks through. It was some wild, crazy games last night, huh?
Yeah, I was able to see the score. My
Mm,
somebody tried to rub it in my face because
yeah,
Syracuse lost last night, but it's all
yeah.
good.
And a close one too, close one.
Very
Um,
close.
yeah,
Very
it was
close
very
one.
close. Kyle McCord made a couple of decisions that I don't think he should have made, but
Yeah. And the first thing that went through my mind when I saw, the stat line for what he did,
yeah,
Coach Brown had been well had let me try to be grammatical early this morning. Use my proper grammar. Coach Brown
yeah,
was singing his praises for the first 2 weeks, so much so that he stated that, "Hey, look, I'm gonna send Ryan Day a bottle of champagne because
right,
that's how thankful he was that he was able to pick up Kyle McCord, right?" And so obviously, I'm sure there's some Ohio State fans somewhere, and there's probably some other Kyle McCord detractors that are probably like, "You sure you want to still send that same bottle of champagne?" You know what I mean?
right.
But it is what it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Uh,
but they'll
it
get over
was-
it.
I thought it was a great game, bro. I thought it was a great game. I don't want to hold it against him because even though he threw the pick, he scored this one touchdown, Shad, where he
Yeah,
ran and dove and put his sacrifice his body. So, I like that play out of him. That showed his team, like, look, I messed up. That one was on me, but I got y'all back no matter what. I'm here to win. And I mean, look, it was on the defense. That wasn't because of Kyle McCord. The defense let that play up and Kyle McCord brought him back. The defense kind of, gave up that the field position for the field goal. So but they
yeah,
were last on the field. But it was a team effort though. But it was a good game. I'm surprised that Stanford looked as good as they did.
yeah. I gotta. Like I said, I gotta go back and watch it so I can put together my
Okay.
analysis of it. Get my video out. But just listen to the post game. Just kind of some insight from that.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Brown felt like they got out coached, and he felt like that Stanford was the more physical team. And so that to me, that shows a few things to me. Well, for one, obviously, Fran Brown, first time head coach. For two, they just came off a bye week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like were they reading their press clippings
Yeah.
and they had to match Georgia Tech's physicality,
Yeah,
you
they did.
know, before they went on the bye week. And it seems that they weren't able to match Stanford's. And then obviously they had a couple of guys that got injured in practice leading up to this particular game, so they were out. They were out some guys, and then some guys got kind of banged up within the game.
Mm-hmm.
So but again, as he said, they'll learn from this. They'll move forward from this. But yeah, I am kind of down. Like I said, I'm
It's
really
all good.
I'm really invested in Syracuse, Michigan, and
Yeah.
Michigan State this year, along with my Hurricanes. But it kind of hit me because I was
Yeah.
watching it. They were down 20-17, and I said 20-17 to Stanford,
Yeah.
bro, I forget. I was trying, and I
Mhm.
wanted to Google his name before I got on the show, but F it, I didn't Google his name. I have not watched a Stanford football game since they had that running back that lost the Heisman that year behind Derrick Henry. I'm sure, like I said, you just not
Yeah.
getting into it, so that's probably
Yeah, I
you
don't even know
know,
what you
there's
talking about.
I'm speaking French to you, but
Right.
it was a real close race though. Like the running back, like he was big white burly guy, knee brace on, like Larry Zonka type, but like he put up mad numbers, but he ended up losing the Heisman to like I thought they said that was like the closest Heisman race in like recent memory. but he like lost out
Okay.
to Derrick Henry. So like he was a monster. But I haven't watched the Stanford game since then. And we know how long Derrick Henry been in the league. He been in the league so long. They talking, he been in the league so long.
Yeah.
They're already talking about, all right, it's time for you to hang it up. So that's how long ago it was since I watched a Stanford football game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Got it, bro. Hey, man.
yeah.
So, I mean, look, are you worried a little bit about Syracuse right now taking that L?
Man, no, no, no. I'm not worried about it. But what I
Yeah.
am concerned about, what I will say, is that I need them to be consistent on defense.
Okay. Got you.
Week one, you couldn't stop a, you couldn't stop a no, you couldn't stop, you couldn't stop an ant. You know what I'm saying? And running the ball,
Right.
right? Then week two, you come in and play a team that is what they want to do, and you match force with force. You
And you
ran the
stop.
ball, you stopped the run.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna have to do that. And then the other thing that I noticed, even though they did prevent Georgia Tech from running the ball prior to the bye week, Haynes King had two of the most like ridiculous quarterback touchdown runs that you'll see. These runs don't happen very often. It's just looking at the box score. The Stanford quarterback, he got his on the ground. I believe he had about 65 yards rushing to go, which was part of the 173 that they had total. So they're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
to get the run together. I haven't looked forward to their schedule, but I do know they're playing us. Um, they have a kind of relatively light schedule, but they're gonna play some more running quarterbacks. So they're gonna have to get that. They're gonna have to get that addressed. And LaQuint Allen, one of the best running backs in the ACC. Hey man, they stopped him and they stopped Randy Gatson. Like, so I mean, kudos to Stanford because
Yeah.
Syracuse has a four-headed monster at offense, headed by Kyle McCord, Quinn Allen, or Randy Gasson, and Tabor. Right? Tabor got his, but Stanford stopped the other three.
Yeah, they did.
For the
Yeah,
most part.
they did. Yeah.
So you gotta take your hats off to them, right?
Right. Right. Exactly. I feel you, dog. I feel you. I feel you on that. Oh man. So, like, what up, QB? Hey, Shad, do you remember making a bet with somebody about the Dallas Cowboys and the signing? You remember doing
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
I got in the chat. I told him what's
Yeah.
his cash app, so I can shoot him that. So I can shoot him there. Yeah, yeah. I'm a
Oh,
stand up guy.
oh,
Yeah,
my man, Shad. Yeah, that's my guy, bro. That's my bro. I love my bro. Yeah, my
yeah,
bro, man. Salute to my brother,
yeah,
Shad, man. Stand
yeah,
up guy, man. Stand up guy. That's what's
yeah,
up,
yeah,
man. He
yeah.
give it 100. You feel me? Keep it a buck. Yeah, solid guy over here. What's up? What's up, Bishop? Salute the Bishop. Salute the QB out there, man. Y'all could just sit back, grab your morning coffee, just listen to the soothing sounds of the fans' point of view. Game day picks, baby. You dig? Um. So last night, Illinois was able to beat Nebraska. Um. Were you surprised about that game at all? I mean, would Illinois beating Nebraska, or were you like, I kind of thought that Illinois could beat Nebraska?
I mean, again, the thing that, even though I say this all the time, I still catch myself and caught up with the logo.
Yeah,
And the logo says Nebraska was supposed to win this game, but in reality, Illinois is a solid team. Like they're probably tier 3, low tier 2 team from a Big Ten perspective. But I
right.
mean, they under Brett Bielema, they're gonna do what Brett wants to do, which is run the football. And Brett Bielema, to as quirky and weird as he is, I
Yeah,
mean, he's an accomplished head football coach. So he has a solid team up there. I had their defense last week in my fantasy. They got me they got me about 25 points last week. So I'm straight with Illinois, but
right.
it comes as a surprise from a storyline standpoint because, and you said this multiple times, right? And
Mm-hmm.
even as many times as you say this, it's still kind of it still takes a while for it to kind of,
Set
what's the
in.
word I'm looking? Yeah, set in where you say no one's going undefeated, right?
Right.
There's some individuals that watch Nebraska do what they did to Colorado last week, do what they did to, their first opponent. And people obviously, and I don't know how familiar you are, but Nebraska has what they call the black shirts, which, is a iconic thing that they have. And
Mm-hmm.
and so there were probably some people that was like they were looking at the schedule. A lot of people that have much bigger platforms than we do. They said Nebraska has a schedule that very well could see them in contention for the Big Ten title this year.
Mm-hmm.
And losing to Illinois, now individuals have to retract those statements and say, "Hey, man, Nebraska's not ready." But I'm not gonna say that. They lost to a
Right.
good team.
Yeah, it still is a good team. I mean, they just
Yeah.
they just
The
ran it.
thing of it, this is a top 25 matchup. I
Right.
think what
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska was 23, Illinois was 25. So based on rankings, there's
24 and
really
22.
24 and 20. There's really no difference in that. We've already done our hierarchy earlier when we said the top three teams and then this massive gap down to the rest. So there's no gap between the 22nd ranked team and the 24th. There's no gap.
Right.
It's gonna come down to coaching. And again, the game went to overtime. So what more? What more can you expect? You know,
I think it was how it ended. And that may have some Nebraska fans worried. Like Illinois was just able to just get through that offensive line of Nebraska's in like seconds. It was like sack. I think they ended the game. It was like 3rd and 40 or something, bro.
but
And
bro,
they
I'm just
still
saying,
got
like
sacked, bro. It was
they
like
got
it was
they got a
ugly.
good defense, man.
Yeah.
And the killing part about it, we talk about the Big Ten, we talk about defenses, right? At least over the past, maybe say 3 or 4 years, it's kind of been Michigan, Penn State, Iowa, right? Kind of in that order. But Illinois has had a very, very good defense for the past couple of years. Not one that you're gonna put up there, but they are tailor made. Like they were tailor made to do something with Nebraska. Tailor made.
Wow. Hey, that's interesting you say that because I was trying to tell somebody last night when I had one of the panels. I had a panel show going yesterday, and I was trying to tell them. I said, I don't know. I don't know. I said Illinois kind of they did lose the Kansas, but I did take them in the points though. I did. I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
no, wait a minute. No, they didn't lose to Kansas. They beat Kansas.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But even though they beat Kansas,
Oh, I thought
well,
you were saying they lost to Kansas. Oh, my bad,
no,
my
no,
bad.
no. Well,
Okay, I
I
got you.
do that top. The way that they beat Kansas, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And then I was like, I think they might get Nebraska. So I actually had Illinois and the points they gave them, which was 7.5 points. So they were 7.5 point underdogs. So I did take Illinois to win this game. So let me go ahead and mark that because I definitely took Illinois in this game versus Nebraska. It's a fact. It did. I did. I did. I took them. I did, bro. I really honestly
Okay.
did pick them. Um,
Well, if we'd have picked this game earlier this week, I would have went with Nebraska.
you would have went with Nebraska.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I would have went with Nebraska. So obviously, to start the show off, I'm already 0 for 2.
Nah, because like
I'm already 0 for 2 because I'm taking the cues and I would have took the Cornhuskers. So I'm already 0 for 2. So I'm bad at this.
yeah, I took the cues too. I took the cues too. But the thing is I don't have the cues on our
That's
little
all good. Yeah, it's
you know
all
what I
good.
mean?
It's all good. We gotta next week we gotta get a tally for this. We'll start with next week will be what, week 4? Week 5?
Yeah.
Week
Yeah,
4?
we gotta
Yeah,
remember.
so
We
yeah,
gotta go
so
back
so
and rewatch the show so we
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah,
know I'm
yeah.
doing bad. I'm below 500, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What up? Salute the Cuban Kane out there. Salute the Bishop. Bishop said, hey, Shad, he said, we out here cooking. He said, this tactical task force tailgate and menu, 3 meat, cheese, omelet, toast, and grits. Damn, that
Hey
sound good
man,
right
yeah, I need that. I need that in the worst way.
now. I need that right now, right?
Most definitely.
Man. All right. So in this game, who do you think you would have had took, man? Alabama. So when this game comes on later, Alabama takes on Michigan. No, I'm sorry, not Alabama. Am I tripping? Who's up that? Who's taking? Why do I got that on there like that?
I'm about to say, nah, Alabama ain't playing Michigan.
I've got the wrong
Michigan is
damn
playing.
helmet up
They
there, bro.
playing USC today.
That's
It's all
crazy.
good, man. Man, it's early. Man, it's early, man. It's early, man.
Hey,
This
that's
was
crazy.
it's
Why?
early. Yeah, it's
Why?
USC. It's USC.
Okay.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, look, the way Alabama beat USC a couple of years back. Hey, and they own USC. So they say, look, hey, put our helmet up there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I don't know what to make. I don't know, man. Because when you look at this game, the first thing that comes to your mind is, all right, look what Texas did. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't think USC is as good as Texas. So it brings it back down to another point because then you'll say, well, look what they did to LSU. And like I said, I watched that game and it just looked like LSU was in control and USC just made another play or two. But LSU's defense is nowhere as good as Michigan's defense is, regardless of what Texas did to them, right? So let's get that out of our mind. Now they start Alice Orgy in this game, right? Which I have no idea what's that about. I mean, are y'all going to show that he can throw the football? I mean, I don't know. Are y'all gonna run read option the entire game? I don't know what they're going to do. So um I think that gives USC somewhat of an advantage because now you know that you're going up against a quarterback that's very, very limited in what he can do in terms of throwing the football. Obviously, they lost three of their four top receivers from last year, so now they got to get those guys back together. So, I mean, again, I took Michigan the other week against Texas, kind of misinformed because I've kind of forgot about all of the what Texas had returning, and I want to see Sharon Moore do good, but I just cannot see a situation where Alex Orji and the running backs that y'all have can muster up enough offense to stop Miller Moss. So, and I
And the
think
defense.
USC, and I think even, I don't really think that USC's defense, which I think is much improved, and they got some talent over there. But I'm not picking defense this week. I'm going offense, so I gotta go with SC.
Okay. All right. You going with SC? All right. I
I'm
got you,
picking
my guy.
I'm picking offense this week.
Picking offense this week. Shed
I got
away.
to. But you know what? And that may be somewhat disingenuous because, USC, they say they're a well balanced team this year. But when
Yeah,
you
they
talk about
are.
USC under
So
Lincoln
so look.
Riley, it's offense.
So Michigan got blown out by Texas up there at the big house in Michigan, right?
And they took it easy on them. Could have been
Any,
worse.
anybody who knows college football right now, I don't know that much, right? But up this way, Michigan and Ohio State is the top dogs, right? People argue about these games. Those fans can't stand each other. My little brother loves Michigan. Shout out to Pooh, my little brother. Listen, they can't lose that big at the big house again. They can't lose like that at the big house. So I think Loveland is hurt. He's a little banged up. That may have something to do with it because he's like their only receiver. They got to get Donovan Edwards. They got to move him around that offense, right? Because he is like a Swiss Army knife, right? Donovan Edwards could do everything. And shit, I think he can pass the ball. They need to put him at quarterback. Hell, you know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
mean you got Alex Orji there. I mean, how much worse can it be?
Right? You know what I mean? Like for real, like honestly. But I don't think they get blown out in this game. But look, like you
Oh
said,
no, no, no.
I think I want to say they're only giving them 5.5. I don't know if that's enough to cover because I think they might go down like a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So it's real close to say that, but I gotta go SC too, bro. I think I gotta go SC, but I don't think they cannot get blown out at the big house again. If they get blown out at the big house, Sharon Moore might be out of a job, bro. I'm keeping it buck, bro. If
I
they
mean,
take another L
and they
like that at
just
the big
gave him
house,
they just gave him his contract. Hey, but you know what? You brought up a very, very interesting point. You said moving Donovan Edwards around.
Yes.
And that was something that they did not do with him last year. He was struggling in in many aspects last year. Really couldn't get his footing going in terms of running the
Hmm.
ball and things like that. But you had Blake Corum, so it really wasn't that big of an issue. He kind of burst on the scene in the national championship game against Washington. Had a big time game, but throughout the season, it really wasn't much. But again, Sharon Moore, that's he's this is what he wants to do. So, I mean, you would think it would be interesting. You would think they would kind of move Donovan Edwards around a little bit, seeing as that Mullen has shown the ability to be a primary ball carrier. So you have trust with that. So yeah, you would want to see them move Donovan Edwards around, especially like you say with Loveland being down. So I mean, but I don't know. But you still gotta get somebody throwing the ball. So so.
Right. Right. I'm just I'm trying to while you talking, I'm trying to be our ticker on the other side of the screen and kind of show the other games and the times they're playing, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, 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 yeah,
you get me, you got me. So our little homemade ticker.
yeah.
Yeah, you did. Oh man. All right, so we got that game. So game three, what we got on the menu? All right, Utah at Oklahoma State.
Ooh, man. You talk about a game here, man. This is a
Yeah,
big
go.
game. This is a
Yeah,
big
it
game,
is.
man.
Yeah, it is. 12 and number 12 and 14 in the country right now, sitting there. Big 12 matchup opening up. They Big 12 play. No, well, actually, are they? Think so. No, no, no,
It's
they're
gonna be
not.
a
They played Baylor. They
it's
played
gonna be a
Baylor. Utah has already played Baylor, so they opened up with Baylor. But listen, yeah, this game got a big implications. This for the big dog of the Big 12 right now. This is one of them where it's going to separate the big dogs, right, from that next level, from top tier Big 12 team to say that okay, you got to go down a level. And right now, Utah is coming into the Big 12 as a ex Pac 12 team, and Oklahoma State. They had, like how you've been saying before, Oklahoma used to be in there. Oklahoma State used to be in a little brother in the Big 12 right now, and they got to show everybody they can take over the Big 12 and handle that. Cam Rising, he was out, but I think he was out for like a stub finger or something, like on his, I want to say it was his throwing hand, but it was like his ring finger or something. It's not
yeah, I
that big
saw
of
that.
a deal. It wasn't that big
Yeah.
of a deal of an injury. Cam Rising was out, it's only his hand. Um, but they do like using their tight ends, and their tight ends are their strength. And I'm sure that they're used to it. Oklahoma State, they got some of the best linebackers, if not in the country, the best linebackers in the Big 12 for sure, hands down. You could put those linebackers up against anybody. They run the ball well with Ollie Gordon. They can pass the ball. Alan Bowman is their weakness. Remember, I told you at the beginning of this year before it started, right? And when I gave my rankings before the season started, I said Oklahoma State season is going to depend on Alan Bowman, and if he doesn't turn the ball over, right? He has to take care of the ball. As long as Alan Bowman take care of the ball and makes the right decisions with it, get Presley, Rashad Owens going on that offense, the sky's the limit for Oklahoma State, right? Because I mean, he is honestly the X factor of this offense. When I say win or lose, because Ollie Gordon, I just don't think that Ollie Gordon running him 40, 50 times a game is going to beat every single team in the Big 12 or in the country, right? But hey, it might. That offensive line may go to work. Yeah, but Utah's defense, number 88 on that defense of Utah, bro. I don't know who the heck he is, bro. I can't remember his name, but he's just nasty at that edge off that end. Their defensive line is a little ready, but look, I don't think that Oklahoma State give it up. I gotta go with the home team on this one here. Just to sum it all up, I gotta go with Oklahoma State in this game versus Utah. They got to hold it down, and they got to show that everybody they are the Big 12 big dogs now.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it too. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State. And I saw something crazy today because yesterday it was like Alan Bowman was born in 2000.
Mm,
That's crazy to think. It's crazy for a multitude of reasons. It's crazy because it's like I'm a '90s baby,
okay.
and You got somebody that was born in freaking 2000 and still taking collegiate snaps right now. And they said Cam Rising was born in 1999. So
Mm-hmm.
like we're talking about we're talking about like some old cats here, right?
That's
But
crazy,
with
bro.
that
You
being
funny.
said, though, I watched Oklahoma State play the other week. I believe
Mhm.
I watched the fourth quarter, the game where they ended up going into overtime, right? And Brandon Presley is Brandon Presley is good.
Yeah.
Shad Owens is good. The other receiver that they have, I believe he had 175 yards receiving last week. So this is those type of names and those three positions, those wide receivers. That's what I know Oklahoma State for. I know Oklahoma State from Dez Bryant, Justin Blackman. This running back thing with Ollie Gordon, this is relatively new. But just watching them play and watching that, like Allen Bowman, you probably are the weakest Oklahoma State quarterback in probably in a good while, right? But they have the offensive weaponry
Yes, they do.
to to not only win the Big 12, y'all got the offensive weaponry to win a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
I just got
Mm-hmm.
to put it together. Um, I know you said the Cam Rising thing wasn't his injury's not that big of a deal. Might not be, but it seems like they're gonna try to put more of an emphasis on running the ball a little bit more. But man, Oklahoma State can do whatever you want. If you want us to take you deep, we'll go deep. If you want us to run the ball, we'll run the ball.
Right.
It's whatever with them. So, like I said, I'm going to offense again this week.
Bet. All right. Bet. We got that.
Ooh,
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
think the
sir.
best game. This got to be the best game of the day right here, man.
You think this the
For
best game of the
it
day?
got to be for multiple reasons. Think about this, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, I know you're new to college football, right? So let's
Mm-hmm.
take a trip down memory lane. These are
Let's do
two of the most storied programs in all of college football. Two
it.
programs with two of the most wins in college football history. Obviously, that's probably due to the fact of how old they are, but still, nonetheless, we're not going to shortchange it. This is a game. This is a game. Like this particular matchup right here. You got Jackson Arnold, who in his own right, 5-star quarterback himself,
Mm-hmm.
against Nico. I don't know your last name, how to pronounce it.
Nico. Yeah, right. Nico something. Yeah, just call him Nico. Everybody does.
But the thing of it is that again, I haven't watched Oklahoma play this year. I've watched Tennessee, so I gotta admit I'm biased off top.
Okay.
And I've
Okay.
said this: if nobody can get Nico off of his spot in this perfect timed offense, nobody beats Tennessee.
Mm.
Nobody. From what
Mm.
and
Mm.
again, I'm going back. I watched the play against NC State, and I said if you do not get Nico off his spot, the timing in his offense is too precise. Nobody beats Tennessee, right? But if there's a man who can dial up a plan to help to get Nico off his spot, it's supposed to be Brent Venables.
That's a
It
fact.
should be Brent Venables. But what I told you, I'm taking offense this week, so I'm rolling with the Volunteers.
You rolling with the volunteers? Hey, nah, that was cool.
Hey,
Listen,
I think
listen.
it's too listen. It's too much offense, man. It's too
Yeah,
much
they
offense,
are.
man.
They do. They
It's too
score a
much.
lot. And Nico and they do. They put up a lot of points, and our offense is fluid. And I'm going to be a fool for doing this, right? I may be even a fool for doing this, right? But Bishop is a huge supporter, man. As much as you, South Coast Kane, Katie, Cuban, all y'all guys that been supporting me since the beginning, and Bishop always come through, right? And he been putting me down with a little bit of the college football thing, right? But Katie says Tennessee in the dog walk. Just how the whole country is thinking. That this is just a dog walk. Y'all don't think that Oklahoma is sitting there listening to everybody around the country saying that they about to get dog walked at home by Tennessee, a young quarterback? Like, hold up. And they're used to playing a big team like Texas, right? The big dog in the Big 12 Texas team, right? They always played Texas good. Am I wrong, Shad? Like, no matter what they were record, we're like they
Well,
always played.
they've
You
been
know what
better
I
than
mean?
Texas. They've been better than Texas, except for the last two. Well, matter of fact, they beat Texas the year before
See,
last.
see what I'm saying? So,
They're
you
better
know,
than, yeah.
I like trucking. If y'all haven't learned something about me by now, Truck and Chubby like the odd shit, right? I'm odd, weird, little off brand, and I like the underdogs, bruh. And I'm going for Oklahoma Sooners in the upset. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But damn it, this is fun, and that's what we get on here to do. They at home, and I'm like, let's go, Boomer Sooners, dog. Let's get it. Let's
Hey man,
go.
ain't got nothing against hey good pick though, man. You know, but
Let's go.
I just think is if Venables and that defense cannot get Nico off his spot, they will run Oklahoma off the field.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a they that offense can
They will run.
score, man. That
They
offense
will run
can
them off the
score.
field. So, like I said, that's to me that's the most intriguing game of the day.
It is. All right. There's some good games on. There's some good games. I think we got some good games on the slot too. I think I tried my best to pick the best team. So y'all let me know how I'm doing in the comments with these game picks.
Boy, this is low key right here, baby.
Georgia Tech and
Louisville just
Louisville.
quiet. Louisville just
Uh-huh.
quietly still undefeated out here. Georgia Tech needs this. Again, I haven't watched um I haven't
Louisville.
watched Louisville play, but from what I've seen, offense still looks potent.
Hmm.
I guess the defense is, defense is still defense, and Braum is still doing it. He got a better quarterback this year than he had last year. So
Hmm.
it's gonna be interesting to see. Obviously, well, I'm not gonna say major because it's still relatively early, but ACC implications on this, right?
All right.
So Louisville beats Georgia Tech. It kind of puts them in a pretty good spot atop the ACC. And again, it's gonna be a tight race in ACC. Well, like I said, I'm about to go with Louisville in this game, man. I think they're probably the more complete team. You know,
Okay. Hey, I like
yeah,
that.
and
I'm
like I
not mad
said,
at you, bro.
and the thing about it, and another reason I'm picking it is because obviously I watched Georgia Tech play Syracuse, and the reason that I picked Syracuse in that game, even before I got to
Mm-hmm.
see Syracuse in full, even after watching them struggle, defensively against Ohio, was the fact that I said I don't think Georgia Tech has enough on the defensive side to keep up with these weapons, and
Mm-hmm.
I think Louisville has some weapons over there, and I don't think Georgia Tech is going to be able to match. I think Haynes King is going to do his thing, but I just think it's just going to be too much of a match for them to deal with the cards.
So do you think they just beat them? Because I think they got a bad, like they're giving Georgia Tech 10.5. So you think Louisville beats them and covers?
No, I wouldn't say it's that bad because again, like I think they're respectable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
And I
I
like
did
Haynes
take
King. But
okay. Because I did take Louisville to win this game, but I did take Georgia Tech to cover the points. I took Georgia Tech in that 10.5. I was like, there ain't no way Georgia Tech can't cover their 10.5 with Louisville. And they might lose the game, but there ain't no way they ain't gonna get that 10.5. But I did go ahead and I did take Louisville in this game. That 10.5 from Georgia, like you said, when the last passing team they played was Syracuse, and I think that Louisville is a little bit better than Syracuse. If you ask me, if you asking me, I think that Louisville against Syracuse. I'm just asking. I'm just saying, but that's just Truck and Chubby. And yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
gotta agree
possible.
with you, bro. I
It's
gotta,
possible.
I think they will, bro. I don't know, I think so. I mean, Stanford came in there and Daniels, they came in there and they did their thing with them with. I mean, I don't. I That kind of confused me because Stanford got they just did what they wanted, man, and it was like, wow, man. I don't know. College football is just week to week. This, you know what I mean? It is.
That's
It
how it should be. That's
Friday
how
and
it should
even
be.
Saturday, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yes, bro. It's
I
not.
like it.
It is not what we think it's going to be every week, week in, week out. We are not thinking now. I know some of y'all out there thinking right now, like, trucking. Why would you put 1 and 2 teams up here? Well, first of all, like I told y'all yesterday, these two teams here have both disappointed us all so far. They
This supposed to
both
been a
have
premier matchup early in the season. Yeah.
exactly. You know what I mean? If you were looking at the college football schedule in the offseason, how we were and some of these teams, you looked at this West Virginia and KU game, and you probably said, well, both of these teams may meet at least 2-1 or 3-0
So,
and
no,
possibly.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And they're sitting at 1-2 right now, and they're opening their Big 12 plate up against each other. West Virginia is at home. They played Pitt last week. They let Pitt came back from a 10-point deficit, and they wound up winning that game. They showed a little bit of weakness on that defense, and I didn't like. CJ Donaldson carried the ball well. Garrett Green played well. His height was a little bit of factor when it came down to the pressure. Uh, Look, I like KU. I like KU, and I can't give up on KU. I just can't. Their defense is good. I like the way their defense look. I like the way their little receiver look, their little slot receiver. Devin Nils carrying the ball. Jalen Daniels, man, just take what the defense is giving you, bro. I talked about this a little bit yesterday, Shad. Just take what the defense is giving you, and I'm going with the away team on this one, man. I gotta go Kansas, and I'm crossing my fingers taking them, but I can't give up yet. Don't do me wrong, Jalen. Jalen in the Kansas, call them Q dogs, because I'm telling you right now, man. If you lose, bro, I'm not rocking with y'all no more for the rest of the season, bro. No more.
I'm actually shocked that you're taking Kansas because of how glowingly you spoke about Garrett Green in the offseason. I'm shocked that you're taking Kansas. Um, Kansas, y'all just lost to UNLV. Yeah. Jalen
Mhm,
Daniels has not. He and DeQuan Finn. I know Quinn Finn has been dealing with an injury, and even Jalen Daniels, he's coming back off of an injury.
mhm.
Disappointed.
Disappointed. Yeah,
Just been
great.
just have been disappointing. Both young men.
Tell me about it.
Um, Devin Neal, been solid this year. For the most part, but I'm about to go with West Virginia.
West
I'm about,
Virginia.
I'm about to go. I what I, in this, I have to go with the team with the better quarterback. I have to because I think they're even.
Sure. Okay.
I think they're even. I think
I
they're
ain't mad
evenly
at you
matched
because you're
teams.
right. You're right. I have talked highly about Garrett Green. I still think Garrett Green is a top 5 quarterback in the Big 12. I honestly do. I do. Um, I'm not gonna switch that up. But however, when this in this matchup here, man, Kansas got to bounce back, bro. They got to have a bounce day. And he's just, I don't know why Jalen Daniels, but he would never was in my, believe it or not, y'all. He was not in. I think he's in my top 10 in the Big 12, but I think I got him at like number 8 or 9. Like when I did the Big 12 quarterback rankings before the season started, like he's at like 8 or 9, and that was simply because we don't know if he can stay healthy or not. And I mean, he can run, he's athletic, but his decision making has been horrible. Has been horrible. So I didn't
Yeah, it's
look
been
too
pretty
bad on
bad.
that, huh?
Pretty bad. It's been pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you think of this matchup?
Oh man, if you talking about two evenly matched teams, I in my fantasy, I just picked up BYU quarterback. From what I've seen, he's been playing. He's been playing. He's been playing really well for BYU.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Kansas State with probably the most elusive quarterback in the Big 12. I think at this particular point, I think it's safe to say that even though he's a little pale, a little pale, but I give him the elusive, the elusive title. But honestly, man, I don't know much about BYU. I see you already picking Kansas State,
Yeah,
so
for sure, man. For sure, for sure, bro.
unfortunately, BYU, I cannot give you guys a fair assessment in this game, so I have to go with the logo. I gotta go with Kansas State.
Yeah, yeah, man. K State, man. They man. Look, I seen so much from them in that Arizona game, bro. Like, and
And that
Dylan
was
Edwards, they're
again, like I
using
said,
him
that was
right.
shocking to see them shut down Arizona like that.
It was. It was. It was. Honestly, I thought Arizona would at least cover in that game. Make that a closer game. But I mean, if you watch that game, right? They were running. They had their tight ends. They was doing their motions. They had everything set up to work to their advantage, right? And they kept getting illegal formation penalties, if you notice, right? So they just went away from that and started going 4 and 5 wide. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like Noah Favita don't play like that. Like, what are you doing? Like, Brent, like, come on, Brent Burnett, like, come on, bro. Like, Noah Favita, he cannot play like that. He needs
Dino
to run the
Babe,
game. You
Dino
know what I'm
Babes wanted to get in his bag. Dino wanted to
saying?
get in his bag.
But look, Kansas State, the way that they plan and the way that they using Dylan Edwards, Avery Johnson is fast. I mean, he's still young. He's going to get better in time with more in-game experience. And they're
DJ
winning. Why he
Giddens.
running? Yeah, DJ get it. He's just a grown man. He's a grown ass man back there running the ball. Shad, like, man, look, it's
Gonna
man.
be
I got
tough.
K State. Yeah, K State, bro. And they defense has stepped up. Yeah, K State hands down, bro.
It's gonna be tough. Yeah, yeah, I'm going to
So
My God.
I'm gonna let you lead off in this game because I've done a lot of talking about this game so
Man,
far.
man, I don't
I haven't
I
made a
don't
pick. We
no, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
I
Oh, go
haven't
ahead.
made a pick, right? I haven't made a pick on this game. Last week I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Picking Colorado State. I kind of knew better, but hey, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of trolling. They like you don't want to put yourself in the grind, in the grinder or in the blind 2 weeks in a row trucking. If you pick against Colorado, man, this Baylor defense is nothing to snooze at, bro. I've been trying to tell everybody this for the longest. Like, I've been looking at them since they grabbed DeQuan Finn. I'm a big DeQuan Finn fan, and I'm not going to knock and say I wasn't because I've been tooting that horn since the offseason. He
You
has
did.
disappointed me tremendously, but that's what got me looking into Baylor in the first place with him. And I look at Baylor, and bro, I'm just telling you, man. I mean, they got your boy Richard Reese. Richard Reese is one of the running backs. He's a faster type of guy. Then you got Dawson Pendergrass, big white guy, but he toasts the rock. He's a bruising type of back. Michael Trigg at tight end, Keaton Jackson, Ashton Hawkins, Monterey Baldwin. Them are the receivers and their tight end. They got weapons at receiver. Sawyer Robinson, they saying he can't run or he's not athletic and he's just not. Yes, he is. They have designed quarterback runs in that offense, and yes, Sawyer Robinson can run if he needs to run. Um, but they like to run the ball. I mean, that's what they do. Baylor runs the ball. They run the ball and they play tough defense. You got big Garmin Randolph, Trevian. I think his name is Trevian May. He came up from Oregon, right, bro? He's been there for a couple of years, but spent a couple years at Oregon. Uh, Matt Jones. They think Matt Jones is slow, and they think Keaton Thomas is slow. They got a cornerback that had a bunch of Caden Jenkins had a couple of holding penalties in a Utah game, pass interference, but he plays tough physical defense out of that corner spot. Man, listen, bro, they defense is right there. It's tough to pick against Colorado. Like I said, even last week I was out. I was in my feelings picking against Colorado. I really was. I really was. But I don't know, man, because this game comes down to execution and coaching, right? And you say that Baylor is a bad. People think Baylor is. They say Baylor's a bad program. Dave Aranda has what back to back losing seasons. He got to turn it around. I don't think that this is a game that they could drop. because one team has to stop the run. Colorado, if they stop Baylor's run and force Baylor to pass, I think they got a better chance of beating Baylor. If Baylor forces Colorado to run, and they will out of that 3-3-5 that they run, they got a chance of winning the game. But I can't go 2 weeks in a row with picking against CU, man. I'm gonna go with CU this game. Just because they home, it's their homecoming. I think they might get an edge. I can't go 2 weeks picking against CU, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I'm at the road with Colorado. Um, Obviously, and I picked. We said Colorado State last week, but
Yeah,
the thing of it is, amazing how 1 week changes everything. Because after the Nebraska game, Jokers was ready to jump off the house and mortgage off the wife, and go do some edibles and stuff like that. But Colorado State victory, now things are on the up and up.
right.
Um, it all goes back to, man, if you can't get to Shador Sanders, you're not gonna stop Colorado, right?
Yeah, but I
Um,
think, and that's the crazy thing, Shad. I think they can. I think that this defensive line can, without a doubt. Big Jackie Marshall. They got this big dude, Jackie Marshall. I think he like 6'3", 290, move around really well. Number 0 on the D tackle. Big Garmin Randolph, 6'8", 260, move like a machine. Then they got, like I said, Trevion May from he transferred from Oregon. He spent 2 years. This is his second year at Baylor. He's a sixth-year senior. Man, they got the guys, man. They definitely got the guys to
yeah,
get to him. You know what I mean? But
I mean, but I don't
it,
know, man. Like I
and they
said,
and they and
you
they DBs get there, man. They DBs get there, bro.
but they're
It's
gonna be
gonna be.
tested.
I
I mean,
think it's gonna
they're gonna be
be.
tested.
People keep saying, and I even came out and said this. It got the potential to be a blowout because if you let Colorado get up by 10, and you get one dimensional if you're Baylor and you abandon your run game and you let you let Dale Hayes and Sam Okanola and those guys just pin their ears back, Colorado will air you out because they got all the weapons to do it at receiver. But
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, like I
Baylor,
said, that's gonna be that's gonna be the interesting thing, right?
it
If
is.
they're looking at the Nebraska tape and seeing, like, if they feel like they can implement that, that's something that's different, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if they're as potent as what Nebraska is, but like I said, hey, I'm going offense this week, man.
yeah, right. You going offense, right? You said you going offense, so you must be going offense in this game too.
Oh, boy, this is an ugly game. This is ugly. Mississippi State just lost to Toledo last week. Florida ain't won but one hasn't won but one game. This is an ugly game. First team to 10 wins.
Right. First thing, right. For real. Like, I mean, this one of them games I just threw on the slate this morning. I just now put this up on the slide this morning. I'm debating. I'm like, man, which game should I put on there? I was thinking about putting that Purdue game on there. I thought about putting the Purdue game up on there. I thought about putting the Arizona State and Texas Tech game on there. Um, I think I don't know the Rutgers West Virginia Tech game. I thought about putting the Rutgers Virginia Tech game
That
up.
now that there's gonna be a gritty. It's gonna be a gritty game right there.
I thought about putting the TCU SMU game up there, but I said we got enough of Big 12 games up there. But that is a Big 12 ACC cross conference play game up there. I thought
That's gonna be
about
interesting. That's gonna be an interesting game too, because Rhett Lashley, that's who he worked for. He worked for, I can't the head coach of TCU. His name escapes me right now, but
mm,
he made his bones with him at SMU. So that's gonna be interesting to kind of see how that game plays out in somewhat of a. I
right.
don't want to say it's a homecoming,
I
but
knew
it's
I
it's
should have went
it's
with the Iowa Minnesota game on the slate. I knew I should have went with
it's
that.
I mean, a lot of physical games, but in this game, I'm gonna have to go with the Gators. I mean, I just and you know what? that I'm not a diehard Miami fan. I'm a Miami fan, not diehard, because some of the stuff diehard fans do, I can't vibe with. But
Hmm.
as I always say, I'm a football fan first. Florida has pieces They have pieces. They have good pieces. For whatever reason, they just do not have the coaching to put the pieces in the right place. With that being said, Mississippi State has pieces. But y'all just lost to Toledo, man.
Yeah, right.
Y'all lost to Toledo.
Yeah. Well, Toledo is a good program, though, man. It's a good.
No, no, man, we not.
Program over there
No,
in the MAC,
no,
bro.
man,
They
y'all
the
lost
MAC.
to
They're probably gonna walk away and win the MAC. They're probably gonna win the MAC.
man,
You
man,
know, I don't
man.
think Penny
What
Boone.
has
I don't
happened?
think Penny
What
Boone
is
and Jaquan Finn shouldn't have left. They shouldn't have left Toledo. To me, to be honest, but they
what
did.
happened to Dan Mullen, Mississippi State? What happened? Toledo?
That's it's
We talking about a program that when I want to yes in 2017 I believe it was the year Mississippi State was number one in the playoff ranking when the initial polls came out, and we are losing to Toledo. I'm from Mississippi. I'm not a Mississippi State fan, but it looks bad to lose to the state of Ohio, and it wasn't Ohio State that did it. This was Toledo. This was Toledo.
like,
Toledo? The
right.
what are they? The Rockets?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Come on, man.
the Rockets. That's their name.
But no, I'm about to go. I'm about to go with the Gators, man. What I think Mertz Mafia is back. So I mean they need this, man.
Salute.
Susan Pink was good. They Florida needs this win, man. They need it. Because if you lose to Mississippi State, I mean you gotta fire the man on the field. I know you probably ain't seen this, man, but Florida, y'all are doing so bad right now. Y'all got Urban Meyer still feeling like he's in the thick of it. Urban Meyer talking like he about to get admitted to the hospital the way he was talking. Like, how y'all got Urban Meyer feeling like this? Urban probably is not even in the state of Florida, period. But he still feel it. But y'all got to win this, man. Hey, you know
Right.
what? I'm gonna tell you this, Trucker, and it may be a joke. If these Joker losing at halftime,
Uh
Steve Spurrier coming out the locker room at halftime. Steve Spurrier gonna call the plays. And I get the
huh.
whole ball coach back, baby. Florida, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. It's all about this at the end of the day, but I gotta be objective. Let Steve Spurrier call the plays today. Y'all getting a new head coach anyway. Just hey, let the whole ball coach call some of the plays back from '96 when Danny Werfel out there. That stuff still work.
Right.
It
Right.
still work today.
Right.
But
And,
nah, man, this is a game of bad on bad.
UF should have brought Billy an entire starting lineup. Then he would have. Then he wouldn't have to coach.
Man, I'm just saying, man, this is man, that's an ugly game, man.
Yeah, it is, bro.
That's an ugly
But I
game.
had,
That's
I
an
was,
ugly game.
I, it's so many different games. I had to throw an SEC
Hey,
game.
but speaking of that, one game that we didn't talk about, obviously, because it's not,
Maybe it may on a slot. I mean, we
P4.
got one more game on a slot. Let's see what that is, right?
No, I'm saying it. No, I'm saying they played last night, Washington State and
San Jose
San
State,
Jose.
Washington State.
That 59 to 54, bro.
Is that what the final score was?
I think it was
I
like
thought it was
59 to
like 52,
54. Yeah.
52 to 54.
Well, it was in the 50s. Yeah, it was in
Here,
the 50s.
here it is, right
Yeah.
here. Corner. Yeah, they balled out.
Yeah. The reason I'm recognizing it, because again, shout out to Susie Pink because she was just in the chat. I didn't play Susie Pink this week. Luckily, I'm not playing Susie Pink because she got the quarterback from Washington State. My man had a whole 58 points last night. I think he had
Mm,
4 passing and a rushing touchdown. I said,
Jeez.
"Ooh,
Wait,
it's gonna be rough on whoever her
you
opponent
know
is this
what?
week, and I'm glad it ain't me."
What? The way that fantasy league is set up, right? No G5 teams are in there, right? Because you can't pick the quarterback from the Liberty Flames, right? Can't have him. But nobody really thought that Washington and Oregon State to look at those two teams because technically they're in that whole G5 damn division, right?
Yeah. So
You know
shout
what I
out to
mean? Like I
Yeah,
hate to
shout
put that out there right now, but you know what I'm
Basically,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, basically. But yeah, shout out to Susan Pink for getting the
yeah,
quarterback from Washington
hey
State because
man,
that joker is a I saw them 58. I said, "Ooh, she can
yeah,
cruise the rest of the day."
crazy, crazy, bro, crazy.
It's just
Hey,
icing on the cake the rest of the day.
hey, Road Kane, Rod Kane, is what is it? Code Kane, right? I can't go 2 weeks with picking against CU, bro. Look, I knew better about picking them against Colorado State last week, for real, for real. But like this Baylor game, they're gonna give them everything they asked them for, and I mean, Baylor's just not. They're not there. They got as much question marks as CU got. You know what I'm saying? So it's really tough. But I'm just aware, making the public aware that this game is not as easy as a lot of people thinking it is. But they are a bottom. Baylor is a bottom tier Big 12 team, and
What
I think
happened
that
to what
Gage.
happened to Art Browse Baylor? My God.
Right, I know, right? I
My
don't know. It sounds like a
God.
better Baylor than what's going on now, right?
Oh my
But I think you
gosh.
can gauge what CU is going to do in the Big 12 for sure with the way that they beat, if they beat Baylor, if they beat, and if they do, you know what I'm saying? On how the season goes through the Big 12. Because a lot of those teams, I was taught this yesterday. Shout out to Bishop, man. Bishop be giving me a lot of information on football, and I'm able to share a lot more with y'all. I can't wait till I get down into this film breakdown sessions and everything and learn it more about film and how to break down this film and stuff, right? But anyhow, they run a lot of 3-3-5 defenses because of it being like a spread type of balanced run, the option in the Big 12. So I'm learning a lot more on that. And once I pick up on it, and I got the film breakdown because you're looking for the why. Why do they run a motion in offense, you know what I mean, on the offense to open up something for the defense? Why does the defense? It's always a why. You know what I mean? That's what you ask yourself why when you're looking at it, and then you look to see how come, right? It's I'll be putting y'all down with the film breakdown. I'm learning as I'm going. I'm definitely trying to get better at my craft, y'all. I ain't out here bull crapping, just letting y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm done with my little rambling. Michigan State and Boston College, right? Obviously,
You already
Michigan
know.
the Texans, bro.
You
Um,
already know.
and they're doing great. They're 3-0 right now, Shad. I can't knock you on that. You talked about it in the preseason. I gotta give it to you, bro. I salute because you said that Michigan State was gonna come off. We talked about Jonathan Smith going over there. I thought that he would be able to pick that program up, and he has. And over there in East Lansing, Michigan, he picked them boys up, and they out there balling. They looking decent. So I will let you take it from here, man. I'll let you take it from
Man,
here.
man, I'm going Michigan State, man. Aiden Childs,
Okay.
Nate Carter,
All
Lynch
right.
Adams, Nick Marsh. Hey, but I will say this though. All jokes aside though. Aiden Childs last week was the first game. He's played 3 games. It was his first game last week without having a turnover, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still has some inconsistencies in his game, right? Can throw the ball a country mile, as they say. Has some receivers that can go get it. Headlined by Nick Marsh, who had 199 or 198 yards against Maryland 2 weeks ago. So they got guys that can go get it. The run game is still not where it needs to be. But Lynch Adams and Nate Carter, they're not Quinshawn Judkins and Travion Henderson type of a duo of backs, but they are a duo of running backs that, man, when they get this going, like it's gonna be really good because I can see what Jonathan Smith is trying to do right now. I can see it because they implement a lot of it, a lot of the play action and stuff going under center, letting Aiden Childs air it out. Protection is good. Um, they're getting a lot of sacks. Getting a lot of sacks. They got
Mm-hmm.
11 sacks on the season in 3 games, over 20 some odd tackles for loss. So they're making a lot of plays in the backfield, which is good. But the biggest thing they got to clean up, they got to clean up the penalties. 3 weeks
Yeah.
in a row, they've had double-digit penalties for over 100 yards, and they've essentially lost the turnover battle. The first two games of the season. Obviously, Prairie View, they didn't have a turnover at all, so that was a step in the right direction. But they still had those penalties, right? So that's going to be an Achilles heel. I don't think that's something they'll be able to just clean up. But if they can at least cut those penalties in half, if you can take 12 down to 6, or at least even 7, I think they'll be fine. But I gotta go with Michigan State here, man. I think they're a well-rounded team. Defense is stepping up, and again, like I said, I'm biased because I'm covering the team, so it makes my commentary for the team better when they win. I don't know how I'm gonna
Right.
get
I
through this
hear that.
Syracuse. I
I
don't know how I'm
hear
gonna get through this Syracuse video because I'm hurt. I'm hurt losing to
that.
doggone Stanford. I'm hurt,
Man,
dog. But nah,
yeah, bro. I hear you.
all jokes aside though, but honestly though, man, with the exception of the Florida and Mississippi State game, this whole
Hmm.
slate of games that we went through, man, I really think all in all, these are some very good games. Like really some low key, and even some of the games that we didn't mention. Like you said, you brought up Rutgers and Virginia Tech. I think this is gonna be a very good game. Those type of matchups, those type
Yeah,
of games are for a football fan,
right.
because essentially we're talking about two teams that are not big name teams. And I know you gotta get out of here because you got some business, so I'm gonna cut it short.
Hey,
But it's a lot of good football games that are gonna be played today that are genuinely for people who are fans of the sport of football.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I couldn't agree more, Shad. Yes, it is. Going to be a lot of great football. Man, but what Bill O'Brien got these Boston College Eagles on, bruh, I don't know what he got them on, Shad, but I could tell you what. Uh, Jaden Skeet looking all right, good over there on that offense at receiver. Thomas Castellanos, he was doing this last year. This is no surprise to me. He was doing this last year. Like I told you, I remember one of the very first lives that we had together when you had brought me on to one of your shows on your panel on your channel. I believe we was talking about how Thomas Castellano was giving Florida State heck last year, right? He fortified this offensive line. I don't know what Bill O'Brien went over there and did with this offensive line, but great job, fantastic job. What's his name? Robachecks, the running back, Robachecks and Trayshawn Ward, that 1-2 punch they got going over there to go with him. They gave Mizzou everything they was asking for. And I just think them being at home gives them a little bit of the edge over Michigan State, over your Spartans, bro. I know you got them, bro, but I just
You already know, go Sparty.
yeah, but they just, bro, they different, bro. They different this year. Boston College might, and look, it may be too early to say this, and if I gotta go back and I gotta say I'm wrong for this, I will go back and say I'm wrong. But right now, Boston College is looking like a dark horse in the ACC. Right now,
I,
this
I
team
would
stays
doubt it.
healthy. If this team stays healthy, this team will give the ACC problems, man. They are good, man. They are good, so that's all, man. Hey, look, anything you want to tell the people before we get on up out of here, Shad?
Hey man, enjoy the Saturday, man. I know it's early. You know what I mean? Appreciate everybody that rocked out with us, but it's gonna be a great Saturday of football, man.
It
Really gonna be a great Saturday of football.
ain't it
It's just
beautiful.
just pick a channel and watch the game. You don't even have to know who on the team. Just watch the game. It's gonna be some good football today.
All right, for sure, for sure. Y'all make sure y'all go over there,
Oh yeah,
subscribe to Shad.
and in South Florida.
Uh-huh.
Hey
Who
man,
y'all got?
y'all been talking greasy on the socials, and like Loaded Luck said in a battle, that thing different when it's right in front of you.
Ain't it?
It's one thing to talk about what Miami and Cam Ward can't do from afar. It's a completely different story when it's right there in your face, baby. So,
All right.
and then what? Hey,
I took OU. I took the Sooners for you, Bishop. I took the Sooners for you. Thank you for coming through with the tailgate party. I appreciate everybody up out there coming to support us early in the morning. We had no idea that there was going to be anybody coming to support us this early in the morning. But I love it, and if y'all want us to keep doing it on Saturdays mornings, I like doing Saturday morning game day picks. I love doing this. Me and Shad both, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to Shad's channel, Shad1419. Follow him on the socials. Follow me on my socials. I need a lot of y'all on Twitter. All of y'all got to get on my X, man. It's Truck and Chubby the same way. I need everybody who's watching right now to go and follow me on X right now. I got to get my X game up. It got to go up. You know what I'm saying? I need that. You feel me? So do me that favor. Shout out the you know what I'm saying? I seen our boy up in here. I definitely seen him up in here earlier. I shouted him out, Cuban Kane. I ain't mad at you, dog. It's all love, bro. I had to say I said what I had to say, and that's it, bro. It's all love, Cuban Kane. Don't be a stranger, bro. You know what I'm saying? I said what I needed to say and I let it go, brother. That's what we need to do as men. We got to be able to do that. Tell each other what it is and move on from it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Respect,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? South Coast Kane. South respect to you out there. Respect Bishop. Katie Almond came through. Code Kane came
Oh yeah.
through.
Shout out to Katie.
And shout out to everybody in the chat that came through to support us, man. But I'm up out of here. Until the next time, y'all know how we give it up. Peace and love.